in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we start Week 11 of the NFL season with a good one here between the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Quickly to the air is Burrow. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night?
Here we go.
Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and
Here we
often.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Bengals at 1-8 now on the year, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Burrow looking to pass. No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
A gain of 14. First down, Denver.
Murray now on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Hey, Ace, Ace. Both.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
This defense for the Broncos, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum? And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. They give him a gain of 38. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
First down, Broncos.
One more. Hey. Easy.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming out. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Stop.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards, good enough for first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they do.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
11.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. A bullet throw, but incomplete. That close on 3rd down. I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
12. 11, Thomas. Thomas.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, that situation, Charles, where it's too long for the field goal. Why not take a chance on 4th down? And, boy, does it pay off handsomely.
And living with a lot of second-guessing goes with the job description when you're the head coach. And most guys nowadays, they understand and study analytics. They have someone on staff that walks them through it and then talks in their ear on game day. So they're a lot more comfortable rolling the dice and going for it.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Murray. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
At the 39-yard line.
Play fake. Murray. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. K.J. Hamler. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more of what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. But we have the resources we need right here in this room.
11.
Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit.
Here we go,
Put
here
it
we
all
go.
together. They've got a chance of coming out with a W.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but got to put those doubts to rest right there. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Here we go.
It's showtime, baby.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. McPherson's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the...
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. And a Unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They go play action with Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Eleven.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Thomas.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Bengals will take over here just shy of the 30. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the return will stop right around the 25. And they had just picked it off to get the... And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Murray now. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 2, right?
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Here we go, here we go. 12, 11 MT.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 1, right?
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
11.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 93 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
1, ready?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal.
Eleven mighty.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Here we go.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. It looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now fourth and goal. It's kind of an interesting decision. 1-score game, third quarter. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm willing to go out on the limb on this one and go for it. And here's why. If I set it up right now and go get the touchdown, I'm in firm control of this ball game, and my team has a ton of confidence. If I don't get it, hey, I rely on my defense. And if somehow they go downfield on me and score, so be it. I want to be in control and in firm control right now.
They'll try and run for it. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Murray's throw there, complete to Hamler. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. The extra point up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
11 mighty! 11 mighty!
There they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them and get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
That's returnable now for Smith. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. That's good for 28 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Hey, hold on.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And down to the 36-yard line here. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Murray off play action. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Albert Okwuegbunam. 36 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Gun.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
12.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
I tell you, he brings the wood when he comes flying up in run support. He may be a safety, but he hits like a linebacker.
Here we go.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
11. 12.
Here's Burrow. Going up top. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Doing with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ready?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradberry. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Murray flips this forward on a jet sweep. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Back to throw. Murray. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Big guys. Hey. That's one.
Murray to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. How about the call to come with a blitz there in this situation?
It's some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
11.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry. Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. Second and 10 from the 25.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11.
Burrow. That's complete to Chase. And he will get out of bounds here to stop the clock as he's all the way up to midfield. And first down there on a pickup of 25.
On one, ready?
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
11. 11 MT. 12.
Here's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out.
Here we go.
And they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
11 Thomas.
Throwing, Burrow. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch it in that spot.
Here we go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Stop.
To throw, Burrow. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Well, they were looking to throw, holding on a big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Done.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now Burrow. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Broncos who are going to get the first shot at things. They'll have it here as we start in overtime. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. This pass caught by Hamler. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Part of the reason we're in overtime, all the interceptions he's thrown in this game, but that was a good throw right there.
Hey, he's really not daunted, is he, partner? I mean, it's been interception palooza for him, and he's still pushing it downfield, trying to make a play, and he was successful on that throw.
Green, green, green. Big
Murray now on 1st down. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. Wide open receiver complete. Down inside the 10. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. So it's a win here for the Broncos. And the guy who led the way was the man behind center, Charles. That's Kyler Murray.
Yeah, he really had this offense firing on all cylinders. So let's count up some of the numbers. He went for well over 300 yards in the air, had 4 touchdown passes, and was clearly prepared for this one and executed the game plan to perfection.
So for Denver, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.